journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say
Hey, listen up. Hey.
the ball has hit the bat. Whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. It's a 6, or will it be a 4? We scream, we roar. Oh my God, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing. What can I say? Let the claps run in millions. As if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
Yo, Insurance Cricket Premier League. QAE. Damn. Go.
All right, the last game of the day. This is a Challengers series between Team 11 and Munich Ari. We have the match official here. We'll have Anurag from Team 11 who will flip the coin. Talha will do the calling. Tails is the call. The umpire will confirm.
It's still.
Tails it is. Talha, you on the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll bat first.
You've seen the cliffhanger just conclude. The wicket's playing pretty normal. What sort of a score do you want to put up on this wicket?
I think we're trying to target 200 and put them under pressure, put a good score there, and then put the batsman under pressure. That's the plan.
And what has been the team talk coming in? You've not made it to the elite, but you still will want to redeem yourself in this series.
No, definitely. I think it's been, we know our abilities, we know we can do it. So the talk has been that we play to the best of our potential, put up a good score, fight every ball. That's basically the plan, and the guys are really pumped up for this second round.
Anyway, thank you for that and all the best. We'll talk to Anurag. The guys with the big bucks, I can say, the sponsors. 200 is what he says that he wants to put up. What sort of a score are you looking to keep them down to as?
Well, if we had won the toss, we would have batted first as well. But now that we have to bowl first, we will try to restrict them down to maybe 160. That's our plan, because we just saw the previous game. They were restricted to 159, and they almost managed to chase it. So I don't think there's anything there in the pitch, batting first or second. But maybe it's the last game of the day, and maybe dew can come into play. There's so many other factors as well. So that's why we wanted to bat first, but we don't know.
Anyway, and with Uttam now coming into your side, that blasters this team, and probably any more talent that has already been included into the side this year.
No, we have the same squad from the initial league that we played in the previous ground. So no more new additions. It's the same squad.
Anyway, thank you and all the best. That's the news from the centre. Munich Ari captain whistling the toss, and he elects to take first strike. Game coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome. This is the final game of the first day of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12, as Munich captain won the toss, elected to take first strike. Subhan takes a single of the first ball, brings Mohit on strike. Vineet the bowler. This is the champions face off. Yes, Vineet bowling to Mohit from round the wicket. Plays it over the man, it covers the ball, racing away towards the boundary. So first runs for Mohit, the first boundary of the innings, towards the point region for 4. Have a look at that. Opens the face of the bat, flies over the man at point, and the ball racing away towards the boundary for 4 runs. 5 for the loss of no wicket. Vinny drives this one towards the point region. The fielder giving the chase, just manages to keep it within the boundary ropes. They come back for 2. And score moves on to 7. So Mohit showing his intentions up front. The moment as it is up there, he's going to go behind it. Change in the field, blustering the offside now from the man from short mid wicket coming to gully, and the man at gully going down to point. Man at backward square coming towards the square leg area. Beaten for pace this time, slightly shortening the length. The last 2 balls he had pitched it up to the batsman and he could get. The moment he pitches it a bit short on the good length spot, batsman will have to defer their stroke making. Fifth ball of the first over. This time much fuller, but Mohit playing all over that. He was already into the shot. Last ball of the over coming up. Full toss, plays it towards the man at cover. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. 8 runs of the first over. 8 for the loss of no wicket. over number 2, Basi to start. He also starts from round the wicket, bowling to Mohit, trying to play a nothing shot. And ball into the keeper's gloves. Gabriel Fernandez is the one keeping stumps for Team 11. Starts off with a dot ball. This time in the slot, plays it over the man at long off for one bounce boundary. This time Basi pitching it a little bit more further up, and Mohit taking full toll of that. With the field restrictions, he has a license to go over the top. Have a look at that. Chance to free his arm into the slot, and with no protection on the fence there, it was always going to be a boundary. Changes the angle now, coming from round the wicket, from over the wicket this time. Over number 3 to begin. Vineet still continuing to bowl from round the wicket, trying to stop that one. Chance of a run out, but both the fielders unable to reach there on time, so the single completed. Score moves on to 19. As he went for 10 runs in his last over, and Vineet now starting round the wicket gives a single of the first ball. Mohit races to 16. He's got 2 boundaries to his credit. Shaban plays it with soft hands towards the man at short square. They complete a single. Score moves on to 20. Mohit on strike. He's on 16 of 11. Onto the pass, plays it towards short mid wicket. Chance of a run out. A direct hit would have been curtains for Mohit, but not to be. He gets a single for that. Score moves on to 21. This one much better, in line of the stumps, slightly away from the batsman, a dot ball. Score remains on 21. We're in the third over. Another good ball, this time again shortening the length. He was guilty of bowling it up to the batsman. Now for the past couple of balls, he's held that line, kept that in that 6 to 8 meter mark. That has troubled both these batsmen. 21 for no loss. Last ball of the third over coming up. Drives this down the ground. The man at mid-off coming round, trying a run out, directed, but the batsman was well inside. End of the third over, 22 for the loss of no wicket. Over number 4 to begin. Subhan on strike. Mohit on strike rather. He plays this towards the vacant wide mid on, and Anurag there coming to his right from extra covers, keeps it down to 2 runs. That's well fielded. Good commitment from the captain, running from the extra cover boundary, covering that area, making sure that the ball doesn't reach the boundary. Mohit on strike. This time flicks this towards the square leg area. The man from square leg running towards the deep square leg area. And they get a double for that. Score moves on to 25. $25 for no loss. This time with soft hands. The man at short mid wicket coming around. Can't stop that single. The singles have been easily coming forward. The Munich recap batsman. Game continues. 25 for no loss and another run added. Scores moves on to 26 for no loss. Mohit 18 of 13. Subhan City 7 of 9 so far. Trying to drive this one, but not to the pitch of the ball. A dot ball. Last ball of the fourth over coming up. Missing his footstep, and we'll have to run back in again and bowl the last ball of the over. 26 for no loss in 3.5 overs. Drives this towards covers, chance of a run out, but Mohit just makes it. The throw was slightly wide, and by the time Gabriel could collect the ball, the batsman had already reached. 27 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. Mohit batting on 18 of 13 and Subhan is on 8 of 11. Bassi's given away 15 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Current run rate of 6.75. Continuing the bowling is Vineet. Stops it with his leg of his own bowling. Keeps it to a dot ball. We're in the 5th over of power play with only 2 men outside the 30-yard circle. So far, they've not done too bad. They've just given away 2 boundaries and kept the batsman relatively quiet. Time drives this, the man at point misfields. Uttam getting around and keeps it down to a single, brings Mohit on to strike. Score moves on to 28. This time drives it towards mid-off. Miscommunication, but in the end still complete that. don't complete that run. It's a dot ball, so good over so far. 3 balls, just a solitary run. Slowly trying to get a grip on this game, is onto the pads but not out. Coming round the wicket, the pitching outside leg. The umpire is not interested. Remember, there are no reviews for LBWs and caught. Only line reviews are available. This time tucking him up and not allowing him to free his arms. Vineet has just got better as he has continued bowling. He bowled a couple of full deliveries which Mohit took full toll of. Since then has altered his length, making sure he does not give any width or the length that the batsman is looking for. He's giving away 1 run of the over so far. Last ball of the 5th over coming up. 28 for the loss of no wicket. This time cuts his one through the mid-off fielder. There's a fielder at extra covers. They keep it down to a single. Good captaincy by Anurag, making sure that he's got the fielders at the right place. 5 overs completed. 29 for the loss of no wicket. Subhan batting 9 of 13 and Mohit is now 19 of 17 with 2 boundaries. Vineet 3 overs, 14 runs, no wicket. First change, Anurag coming to bowl and straight away swings the ball into the right-hander. Plays off the inner half of the bat and the ball goes towards the square leg area. Get a single for that. Score moves on to 38. Brings Subhan on to strike. up to the batsman, plays it towards short square leg for a single. Score moves on to 39. This time drives it down the ground. And the misfield there allows the ball to go to the boundary. The fielder at long on had already given up the moment the long off fielder was there. That's not the way you do it. You got to back yourself. Have a look at that full ball. He drives this past the non-striker. That was an easy single. The man there at long off, just a single hand, doesn't get to the ball, and the man at long on and was just watching it go. So a boundary after quite some time. This time plays it in the air, and one bounce towards the man at deep mid wicket. Mohit goes up to 27 of 22 with that boundary. He scored 3 boundaries. Subhan is batting 12 of 18. It's 44 for the loss of no wicket. 6 runs coming off the bowler this over. 7 runs overall. This time it's a wide or it's a no ball. Waiting for the umpire decision. That's a no ball. Be a free hit. Something that Subhan will be looking forward to. He's been struggling to get the ball towards the boundary ropes. Much better ball. He had the opportunity. He missed that one. So score remains on 45. Mohit just going down the wicket and having got. All okay, they can take a review. मुझे खाली बताओ ड्यू आया क्या उस फील्ड पे? Last ball of the over, 7th over of the innings. Will be called a wide. We'll have to reload that one. Another lengthy over for Team 11. Giving away those extra runs. Overall, they've had a good hold on the proceedings, but these extras must be the one that should be concerning them a bit. Full toss through the gap, and the fielder there at extra cover keeps it down to a single. So Subhan's struggles continues. He couldn't get this off towards the boundary. 7 completed, 47 for the loss of no wicket. Uttam comes into the attack. The last time that these two teams faced, Uttam had a hat-trick against them, so he would be buoyed by that result. He's one of the top 3 bowlers in the tournament so far. Comes Subhan, plays it off the back towards the point region. A dot ball. Johnson there at point, who does the fielding. Onto the back foot, plays it towards square leg. Is there a chance of a run out? Not to be. Mohit reaches there on time, so another run score moves on to 48. Takes Subhan on to 14 of 23. Over the bowler's head and into the fence he goes. The man at long off, unable to cut it off. So the 50 coming up in 7.3 overs, 52 for the loss of no wicket. Have a look at that. Slow ball, goes onto the back foot, picks the spot, and over the bowler's head. One bounce. No chance for the fielder at long off, who was a bit slow to react there. So 4 more runs. Score moves on to 52. Mohit moves on to 31 of 23 with 4 boundaries. Much better delivery this time towards the man at long off. There's a fielder there. They keep it down to 1 and they come back for the second. Not so good fielding, getting around the ball but unable to hold on to it. Two more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 54. This time floats that one, but Mohit takes straight to the man at long off for the first wicket. Enticed the batsman to play the big shot and had a fielder quite placed for that. So 52 for 1. Have a look at that. Floated that one in the air. Clears the front leg. Plays it inside out slightly on the lower half of the bat where he didn't intend it to take, but found the man to perfection. So Mohit's enterprising innings comes to an end. He's out for 33 of 25, caught by Bassi off the bowling of Uttam for 4 boundaries. Brings the captain Talha to the centre. Talha Tanveer, the captain, coming to the centre. Faced the last ball of the over. 7 runs coming off it. And the first wicket to fall at the score of 54. Plays it with soft hands back to the bowler. End of the over. 54 for the loss of 1 wicket. over number 8 to begin. Anurag continues. 9 runs came off his previous over. Now it's Subhan who's on strike. He's on 14 of 23. Tala has just come to the center. Umpire calling a dead ball. The wicketkeeper not happy with something changing the field. Gabriel making sure the men are in the right position. Down leg side, the batsman cross over for a single. Wait for the umpire signal, that's a leg by. So one more run added to the total. Score moves on to 55. It's the last game of the day. Started off when Orient took on Omega in the first game. Omega won that game, followed by Salama got the better of Daman, and then we had absolute beauty of a match between Emirates Insurance and Lockdown, where Lockdown won the game by a solitary run, riding on the back of a brilliant 100 from Sumod. Emirates Insurance just were behind in the race by a solitary run. And then we have this last game of the day where Munich Re is playing Team 11. Plays this towards, covers the man there, does the fielding, and they come back for 2. And the action will continue tomorrow as well on a Sunday, where the first game is between ANIB Bulls versus Watania. That is the elite clash. And then we come back in the evening in the Challengers battle, where Union Insurance take on NASCO. So those are the 2 games that are lined up after this game during this weekend. This time much better ball. Tala nowhere close to the ball, just playing it from the crease without much feet movement. Tala Tanveer naam hai. Tala Tanveer. Huh? Drives this one towards point. Chance of a run out. Anurag should have been behind the stumps there. Just acknowledges that he made an error there. Shubhan took off for the run, but sent back in time. Last ball of the over coming up. 57. 3 runs coming off it so far. Wanting to drive this one. Gets it out the in and out of the bat towards mid-wicket region. There's two runs taken off that ball. So ends the 9th over at 59. 59 for 1 at the end of 9 overs. Gabby suggesting that it should have been his end. Sijil Poya replaces Uttam. Right arm round the wicket. Trying to drive the ball. Gabriel right up to the stumps. Collects it cleanly. So a dot ball. 59 for 1. Subhan on strike. Down leg side. No stroke offered. Was floated in the air. The ball curling back in. He thought it was a wide, but ball replay. This time will be a wide, and an error here. There was no need to throw that one. By the Gabriel too wasn't watching that one, so a wide plus an extra run given away brings Tala on to strike. Plays it in the air towards the man at point. Johnson there, one bounce into his hands. Have a look at that, the second ball of the over. Have a look at it, the way it comes in, more like a tennis ball which floats around, starts from outside the leg stump and gets the back of the leg. This time plays it towards the extra cover boundary. There's a fielder there and a single added to the total. Score moves on to 62 with 2 more balls left before we go into the drinks break. Sijil's just given away 3 runs of the 4 balls he's bowled. Again, this time Subhan right to the pitch of the ball, plays it with the angle coming in, plays it towards mid wicket, gives a single. Score moves on to 63. Tala edges this one, beats the man at short third, and the ball racing away towards the boundary. So ends the 10th over with a boundary, 67 for 1. $67 for 1 at the end of 10 overs, 6.70. Tala batting 9 of 9, and Subhan with that boundary goes to 15 of 27. Have a look at it. The edge beats the man at short third, racing away towards the boundary, and by the time the fielder reaches, the ball has touched the ropes for a boundary. Over number 11 begins. Uttam, the bowler, gives away a single of the first ball to Subhan. He moves on to 16 of 28. Tala batting 9 of 9. Floats this one. Tala plays it towards the man at short cover. The best thing about Uttam is he floats the ball. He's not afraid of giving it air, but he slows it as much as in the air. You're caught in two minds sometimes. This time Tala goes down mid-wicket, gets a single for that, and the score moves on to 69. Towards the man at gully. And Uttam's not happy, probably thinking that the man was quite far. Throw went to the wrong end. He should have thrown it to the wicketkeeper, who has the gloves as well. This time in the air. Towards the cover region, there's a misfield, allows the second run. The score moves on to 71. It's all happening out there. The fielder at cover did well. He didn't cover it cleanly enough, allowed that second run. Goes on the back foot, plays it towards point, and a much better decision this time, throwing it to the wicketkeeper's hand. A dot ball. End of over number 11, 71 for the loss of 1 wicket. Sichel to continue over number 12, bowling from round the wicket. Starts off with a wide, trying to slant it across the right-hander. Sprays this ball outside the off stump, gives away a single. Score moves on to 72. This one now overcompensating by bowling it down the leg side. Even Gabriel couldn't collect it cleanly. Allows that extra run to be scored. Score moves on to 73. Much better ball this time. Fields of his own bowling. Chance of a run out. And we'll wait for the umpire's decision. He sends it upstairs. Let's have a look at the run out being referred upstairs. A good throw, nice and hard next to the stumps of the wicket keeper. Subhan struggling out here. The wickets are being broken. And the batsman is on his way. Subhan runs on a misfield and in the end ends up losing his wicket. Rather, that was Tala who was run out. रिप्ले देखने को रिप्ले देखना बैट्समैन कौन सा समझ में नहीं आ रहा है बंदे का नहीं पूरा बॉल दिखाना पहले से यहाँ से एंगल से Shah, the new man, trying to cut this one, slanting this one across. Let's have a look at the run out. Drives this one towards covers. पूरा ball दिखाना, पूरा ball दिखाना. हाँ. बैटिंग कौन कर रहा था वाइड बॉल score moves on to 74. Cuts this one, the man at point there. Batsman कौन है सुभान dot ball 11.5 overs completed 74 for 2 current run rate 6.25 asking for a caught behind but not to be end of the over 12 overs completed 74 for the loss of 2 wicket. Uttam to continue his third over. Plays this one towards point. There's a fielder there, but the batsman complete a single. Trying to cut this one, the ball racing away towards the third man boundary. The fielder from Gully coming around, keeps it down to 2. Shad opens his account with that double. He moves on to 2. Score moves on to 77. Rocking onto the front foot and back foot simultaneously, ends up just playing the ball in front of the man at point. Johnson being kept busy out there in that region. He's quickly running through his over. Again, trying to cut this one. There's a fielder there at extra cover, making sure this time he fields well, keeps it down to a single. 12.4 overs completed, 78 for 2. This time right in front of the stumps, plays it towards short fine. Both the batsmen complete a quick single. Score moves on to 79. Much better ball this time, looping that one. Shad missing that one completely. 13 overs completed, 79 for the loss of 2 wickets. Current run rate of 6.08 will get them to only 122. Change in the bowling. Harish comes in to bowl. Right arm off spinner, slightly short, plays it in the air towards the extra cover region. There's a fielder there. And another single added. Score moves on to 80. Bowled is slightly short. Shaz is batting 3 of 9. Shiban batting 21 of 34. So Munich are not able to get off the blocks as another dot ball. Dot balls worth gold dust out here in this tournament. The more number of dot balls, the more pressure on the batsman to try to get those big runs. This time gets hold of it towards the square leg boundary. Even Anurag is not able to cut that off. 4 runs added. Shad gets a good meet on it. It was a long hop, bowled onto the leg stump. Have a look at that shot, and all the time in the world to pick his spot. He picks the square leg area, and mid wicket is not able to cut that off. So 4 runs, score moves on to 84, 13.3 overs. Just finding it difficult. The bowlers finding it difficult to hold on to the ball with the dew settling in. Will be called a wide. Yes, it is. Shad following that one, but when he saw that it was outside the tram lines, didn't want to fiddle with it. Gets an extra run and an extra ball. Score moves on to 85. Plays it in the air. The man at covers coming around, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 86. This one too in the air towards the point region, and the ball races away towards the fence for 4. Score moves on to 90. Good over for Munich. They got 11 runs of it with the ball to go. 2 boundaries coming. Have a look at that. Slow and asked to be hit. Sends this over the gully fielder for 4 runs. Last ball of the over coming up. This time trickles this towards the man at short fine. They complete the over. With the dot ball, 90 for 2 at the end of 14. Subhan batting 25 of 36. Saad batting 8 of 12. Uttam to continue his last over. He's just given up 16 runs in the 3 overs, and he gets another one. Shad yokes himself up, playing all around that ball. Another wicket for Uttam. And 90 for 3 as a smiling send-off to Shad by Uttam. Have a look at that. Beaten in the flight, and more than that, yokes himself. Have a look at that. Came down the wicket trying to force the issue, but in the end lost his stump. 90 for 3. Man out Shad. 8 of 13. Bowled Uttam with 1 boundary to his credit. Uttam continues. This time, batsman drives him down towards long on. The fielder there keeps it down to a single. "91 for 3. Subhan on strike. Sajjad, the new man who has come in and gets a single of the first ball. Subhan plays it in the air towards long off, and an easy catch for the man at long off. So Subhan's laborious innings comes to an end. He was there from the word go, never able to get off. He's out for 25 of 37 balls. Again, Uttam floating the ball. Subhan taking the bait and straight down long off's throat, who takes a relatively easy catch. So 2 wickets in 3 balls for Team 11. And Uttam's 3rd wicket in his 4th over. Caught Harish off the bowling of Uttam for 25 of 37 with 1 boundary. Strike rate of 67. 91 for 4. Two new men to the crease. Fling from within the crease. The man at short covers running quickly to the ball, ensuring that he doesn't give away any run there. Salahuddin, the new man. 2 more balls in this innings for Uttam, where he gives away a single of the 5th ball. Score moves on to 92. Brings Sajjad on to strike, who's 1 of 1. Plays it with soft hands. End of the over. 15 gone. 92 for 4. Uttam finishes his 4 overs for 18 runs and 3 wickets. Harish to continue over number 16 at an expensive over. The last time he gave away 11 runs, but he's got two new men at the crease now, Salahuddin and Sajjad. Salahuddin on strike. He plays it towards the deep square leg area. The fielder misfields that one. What should have been a single and a boundary being considered out there. 4 runs to the total. It was a hit me ball. He picks his spot. Picked the fielder actually. But the fielder in the end, Anurag, was the one who was caught in a tangle. Ended up conceding a boundary. 96 for 4. In the air, the man at covers doing the fielding. It's a wet outfield. These players have to be a bit careful that they don't skid around. Score moves on to 97, 15.2 overs completed. Much quicker ball this time. Right on the money. Sajjad caught in 2 minds, ends up playing back towards a bowler. Score remains on 97 rather. Again, caught on the crease, plays it towards the gully position. They get a single for that. Score moves on to 98. Goes on the back foot, plays it towards the man at long on. There's a fielder there. By and large, the Team 11 bowlers have bowled to their field, making sure that they don't give away too many freebies. Yes, they have a few lapses in the field, but overall have bowled well in the innings so far. As Sajjad this time goes on the back foot, plays it towards long on again. 16 completed, 100 for the loss of 4 wickets. Salahuddin batting 7 of 5 with a boundary to his credit. Sajjad 3 of 5. Current run rate 6.25 will get them to only 125. Uttam being replaced. He's already completed his 4 overs. So Anurag comes back into the attack. 13 runs of the 2 overs that he is bowled. Probably the batsman would like to have pace on the ball. This time on the back foot, plays it towards the deep point area. There's a fielder there. Complete 1. Do they come back for 2? Yes, they do. Quite easily. So moves on to 102. How much more do Munich look for in these last 4 overs? Must be looking for anywhere in the region of 30 to 35 runs just to make a match out of it. Down the leg side, will get a leg bye for that. So one more run added, score moves on to 103. This time nearly yorking himself outside the legs time. They complete one, they come back for 2, much better running, and a wild throw gets them 4 more runs. That wasn't needed. Anurag didn't need to. Gabriel wasn't ready for that. He didn't expect Anurag to be doing that. So 4 free runs to Munich by Team 11. And that was a wild throw. Even if Gabriel had tried, I guess he wouldn't have made it. 109 for 4. Gabriel just unhappy with the man at long on. He already communicated that it had to be his end. This time playing it to short covers. The fielder cuts around, keeps it to a single. 110. 8 runs coming off this over so far. This time a full toss, plays it towards the mid-wicket region. There's a fielder there, he misfields, so does the second one. So it's falling apart a bit for the Team 11. They had control of the situation for so long, but all of a sudden overthrows and misfields. Have a look at that. Uttam comes around, he reached the ball but didn't bend enough, and by the time the fielder and square leg came around, the ball had already reached to the fence. So 4 more runs, 12 runs coming off this over with a ball to spare. This time through the cover region for 4 more. So a fantastic over, 16 runs coming off it. And the score now reaches 118 with a couple of overs. Have a look at that. Frees his arm wide of the man at long off. And by the time the fielder could reach there, the ball had already reached the fence. So Anurag going for 30 in his 3 overs. Have a look at the view of this ground from the commentary box end. Sigil to continue from round the wicket. This is the penultimate over. Starts off with a wide. The discipline has been missing by the Team 11 bowlers. They bowled a lot of extra balls, given away a few extra runs overall. This time towards the man at long off. There's a fielder there. Single to start. Last 3 overs coming up. They were eyeing 130, but with that 18 run over, they should now be looking at 140 plus. Will be another wide. Will help that cause. Gabriel's not happy. Not very sure if he should be bowling from round the wicket. He only has the angle of taking it away, and in the process has bowled a couple of wides. He much better this time. He keeps it straight enough. He doesn't need to open his shoulders and bowl at one. He bowls with a slightly closed action, and he could be keeping it outside the off stump. Much better under the bat. Keeps it down to a single. Just a single of that. Takes the score to 122. Salahuddin on strike. Will that be a wide? Yes, it is. And asking for a stumping. No ball हो गया कहाँ दिखा स्क्रीन पे उधर स्क्रीन पे मैं दिखाना इधर ही दिखा देना मुझे लगता है कि आगे से क्या दिखती है ना No ball है collecting before the stumps. So that's a no ball. Gabriel getting enthusiastic and collecting the ball ahead of the stumps. That will be a no ball and a free hit. So another error on the part of the fielding side results in an extra ball and a free hit coming up. Going down on one knee to play it over the mid-wicket area. They complete one. Anurag does the fielding and they get back for two. So 2 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 125. 2.4 overs. He's given away 18 runs. Chance of a miss. Has this one out. Wait for the umpire's decision and the easy one. And he stumped this time. So finally redemption for Team 11. Man out. Salahuddin out for 17 of 11 balls. Stumped by Gabriel off the bowling of Sigil. Man out. Salahuddin stumped by Gabriel off the bowling of Sigil for 17 of 11 with 1 boundary to his credit. No sixes. Brings the number 7 batsman to the centre. Asif, the new man, coming in at number 7. Coming to face the last 7 balls of the innings. 125 is what they got so far. Place this one with soft hands. Wait for the umpire signal. Overcalled. 125 for 5 after 19, rather 18 overs. 12 more balls left in the innings. Sajjad will take strike. Continue, he replaces Anurag, who gave away 18 runs on the last over that he bowled. Vineet is going to come back to bowl his last over. He's given away 14 runs of the 3 overs that he's bowled. Bowling from round the wicket. The only place I see him bowling right now is the one, a low full to the Yorker. The moment you bowl width, you're going to get this thrashed, and the ball just near the boundary rope being saved by the fielder. So 2 more runs. Score moves on to 127. Pitches it up to the batsman outside the off stump. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at it for sure. You got to bowl it in the stumps, and this time the edge beating the wicket keeper, and the ball just stopped inside the boundary ropes for another couple of runs. Score moves on to 129. They need to be eyeing that 140 mark. At one stage, they look like they will not make 120. They've already reached 130 now. And in the last few balls, if we can get a couple of good hits, they can cross the 140 mark, putting a bit of pressure, asking for a caught behind. Bowler not interested. An optimistic appeal by the wicketkeeper, but no support from any of the fielders or the bowlers. So that's another dot ball. Asking for an LBW, and slowly raising his finger and sending the batsman on his way. So Sajjad is out. LBW, 18 of 15 balls. A good bit of hand from him. At one stage, Munich were looking in the region of 110, 120, but now they've reached 129 for the loss of 6 wickets. Sajjad, LBW Vineet for 18 of 15, 2 boundaries to his credit. Brings the number 8 batsman to the centre. Fifth ball of the 19th over coming up. Cussi, the new man, beaten all ends up straight into the keeper's gloves. No run there. Asif has just faced one ball so far. That was in the last ball of the previous over. Since then, he's not got a chance to get his end as Cussi plays this down towards long off. They complete one and a bit of a mix-up with regards to the second run. So 130 comes up, last over of the innings to begin. Vineet bowling out his 4 overs, 1 wicket and 19 runs given. Bassi coming to bowl last over. Gabriel making sure his fielders are at the right place. As Bassi bowls in to Cussi. Wrapped on the pads, but going down leg side will be a leg by. One more run to the total. $131 for 6. Plays it with soft hands. The bowler does the fielding. A single added to the total. Score moves on to 132. Banged it short down the leg side and will be called a wide. So Bassi will have to re-bowl that one. Catch another run to the total. Score moves on to 133. Do they manage to get another 7 runs in the remaining 4 balls? Just to make sure they breach the 140 mark. Shot goes onto the backward. Well fielded by the man at short cover. Just keeps it down to a single. That's the sort of commitment that you look from your fielders. 134 for 6 in 19.3 overs. Will be another wide. Score moves on to 135. slows this one up, plays it towards the man at short find. There's a fielder there. Another single to the total. Score moves on to 136. For 6. Plays it in the air over the bowler's head. They get 1. Will they come back for 2? They do. The bowler should have been up to the stumps. Probably could have got another run out. 2 more runs added. 138 for 6 at the end of 19.5. Last ball of the innings coming up in this Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12 at the Al Malik grounds between Munich RE and Team 11. Wrapped on the pads. Is there a chance of a run out? Waiting for the umpire's decision. Has he given that? Copied. Bussy doing well. He knew he couldn't bend down to collect the ball. Made sure he kicked that one onto the stumps. You'll have to just wait and see whether that was a run out. The ball and the bat quite close to each other out there. And yes, the batsman has made it. That was a good kick, but in the end, that not out. So a leg by to end the innings. They close out at 139 for 6. (139 for 6) in 20 overs. So Team 11 need 140 runs to win this opening encounter of the challenging battle. Rather, the champions face off. Have a look at the scorecard. Munich Ray captain won the toss. He elected to take first strike. Subhan Ahmed caught by Harish off the bowling of Uttam. He made 25 of 37. Mohit caught by Bassi off the bowling of Uttam. 33 of 25. Tala Tanveer was run out by Sijil and Gabriel together. 10 of 12. Shah Chara bowled by Uttam for 8 of 13. Sajjad LBW Vineet for 18 of 15 balls. Salahuddin stumped by Gabriel off the bowling of Sijil for 17 of 11. Asif Saeed not out 2 of 3 and Kasi not out 4 of 6. 22 extras in the innings. 139 for 6 is what Munich Ray got. We'll have a look at the bowling card. We'll have a look at the fall of wickets first. The first wicket fell at 54, the second at 73, third at 90, fourth at 91. Then the partnership which got them to 125 at the fall of fifth wicket. The sixth wicket at the fall of 127. 6 bowlers used. Vineet 4 overs economical, 19 runs, 1 wicket. Bassi 4 overs, 30 runs, no wicket. Anurag being expensive, 3 overs, 30 runs, no wicket. Uttam, the pick of the bowlers, 18 runs for 3 wickets in the 4 overs that he's bowled. Sijil 3 overs, 18 runs, 1 wicket. And Harish 2 overs, 19 runs, no wicket. So Team 11 need 140 in their allotted 20 overs at 7 runs an over. When we come back for the chase, stay tuned and thank you. Welcome back. The chase underway. Haris Khan and Brian Pinto are the ones opening the innings. Haris taking strike, Brian at the non-striker end, and Shubhan to start the proceedings for Munich Re. They're defending 140. Has a slip to start with. Keeper standing up to the stumps. The off spinner goes on the back foot, cuts that one. The man at covers doing the fielding. No run there. Over the bowler's head. And a chance going down. And a 6 to start the proceedings for Team 11. Flighted delivery, inviting the big shot. And Haris Khan obliges, have a look at that. Steps out, plays it over the bowler's head. The man at long on coming round, but he was way far from the... this time goes down on one knee, rather half a knee, trying to slog sweep that. He doesn't need to. They need 7 runs and over. They already got 6 of the first 2. You can play yourself in. Not a tall score. You're only chasing 140 and not 240 that you need to go for. As this time ramps this one over the square leg area. There's no fielder there. So 4 more runs. Score moves on to 10. Into double figures in the first 4 ball of the innings. Easy pickings. The moment it was on the legs, he just needed to guide it towards the vacant area. 10 for no loss at the start of the first over. Just 4 balls completed. You can already see that the ball's getting wet as soon as this time over the long off area for fun bounce 4. So the gamble to start with the spinner not working well. Already going for 14 runs of the first 5 balls. With not much protection. Playing to the right of the man at long off. 1 bounce into the fence she goes. Haris has faced all the 5 balls. He's got 14 with 6 and 2 boundaries. This time plays it towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there. Ends the first over. 15 for the loss of no wicket. Keeps Haris on strike. Brian yet to take strike in this game. Start of the second over. Mohit keeping stumps for Munich Re. change in the field. The slip taken out is bringing the third man quite finer. Sajjad comes into bowl, plays it in the air towards the cover area. The man from deep point giving the chase, just managing to keep it inside the field of play. They come back for 2. The score moves on to 17. For no loss. The umpire calling it a dead ball. He missed his footing out there. Sajjad plays it again in the air over the man at covers. Ball going towards the cover boundary. The fielder coming around and keeps it down to another double. For the loss of no wicket. Sajjad coming into bowl. This time trying to wild slog. Doesn't need to do that. He's getting over ambitious there. Not every ball is there to be hit. You got to respect the ones that are the good balls and punish the bad balls. As simple as that. It's not complicated. 19 for no loss. 1.3 overs completed. Much better ball. Slower one. Foxing the batsman there. 2 dot balls. For no loss. 5th ball of the over comes up. This time plays it towards a man at covers. Single and brings Brian Pinto on strike for the first time in the game. 20 for no loss. All the runs coming off the blade of Haris Khan so far. Brian goes on the back foot, plays it towards the man it covers. Wait for the umpire's decision. Umpire says not out. No run there. End of the over. 20 for the loss of no wicket. Harris batting 20 of 11 and Brian batting none of 1. Subhan to continue. Sorry, that's Shad who's now coming in as first change. And plays it straight to the man at mid-on. And Harris's blistering innings comes to a close. It wasn't there to be hit, but deciding to go over the man at mid-on finds him to perfection. Have a look at that. It was slow and he overplayed on that ball and straight to the man at mid-on who takes a good catch. Haris caught Sajjad off the bowling of Shad of 20 of the 12 balls that he's faced with 2 boundaries and a maximum. Brings Uttam to the center. Coming at number 3 at the fall of Haris Khan's wicket. Down leg side will be called a wide. Lucky for him that it went leg side. The way he tried to play that one, trying to play round that ball, planted his front foot and then the bat coming round. Always a dangerous sign if you miss that one, as this time plays it off the back foot towards short mid wicket. The fielder slipping out there. And they take a single. Score moves on to 22. And Uttam off the mark with that single. Short, plays it towards the short mid wicket area. It was there to be hit. Found the man to perfection. A dot ball. White ball just outside the tram lines. Another extra. Score moves on to 23. Another wide. So one more run to the total. Score moves on to 24. Brian gets a wild swing. Probably itching to get one off the blade to give him that confidence. He doesn't need to go be desperate out there. Just has to play percentage cricket. This time down the ground. Plays it towards the man at mid-on. Sajjad the fielder there. .24 for 1 in 2.4. This time gets the inner half of the bat, going towards the fine leg area. There's no fielder there, giving the chase. The ball stops inside the boundary ropes and they get 2 runs. He's off the mark with that double. Score moves on to 26 with the ball to go in the over. This time plays it down towards the man at mid-on. There's a misfield there. Allows 1. Probably they might come back for 2. Not to be. 1 run to end the over. 3 gone. 27 for the loss of 1 wicket. Man out Haris Khan, who was out in the first ball of the 3rd over for 20 of 12. And then Uttam's got a single of the ball that he faced. And Brian's batting on 3 of 5. Shad getting 1 wicket for 7 runs in the over that he's bowled. Sajjad to continue. Brian plays it towards mid-off. There's a misfield and easily gets that run that he was looking for. Brings Uttam on to strike. Down leg side will be a wide. One more run to the total. Score moves on to 29. Needing another 111 runs of the remaining 101 balls with 9 wickets in hand. Cuts this one towards point. The misfield there allows the single and the score moves on to 30. फरवरी 3 हफ्ते लीग मैचेस होंगे और 15 तारीख को 3 फाइनल्स होंगे. हर एक ग्रुप के 2-2 टॉप टीमें खेलेंगी फाइनल. This time another wild swing. There's a miss by the wicketkeeper and the batsman crossover for another run. Wait for the umpire signal. It's been called a bye. Score moves on to 31. Keeps Brian on 4 of 7 balls and Uttam batting 2 of 2. Not much support for the bowlers. The fielders have been guilty of not collecting the ball. Probably the dew is the factor that is there, but you still need to try to get them as a much better ball. Beating it up. He played for the swing, kept his bat inside the line of the pad. Had he tried to guide the ball or go for the searching for it, he might have edged that one towards the wicketkeeper. Not to be. Score remains on 31. This time cuts this one towards the point region. There's a fielder there. Allows the single. Score moves on to 32. With one more ball left in the 4th over. This time Brian Pinto plays a blind shot but doesn't get any connection. क्या कर रहा है यार ये? Score or come in? पांचवा बॉल सिंगल था भाई. क्या स्कोरिंग हो रही है उधर? पांचवे बॉल पे सिंगल लिया था उत्तम ने. आखिरी बॉल पे ब्रायन का डॉट था. Start of the 5th over. Uttam plays it off the back foot through the extra cover region for a boundary. Score moves on to 36. Have a look at that. Shad bowling it slightly slow and wide outside the off stump. Uttam rocks onto the back foot, selects his area and sends this towards the extra cover boundary for 4. The score moves on to 30. 6. $36 for 1. Full toss, surprising Uttam, who plays it with soft hands back to the bowler. Again, another waft, but no run there. Score remains on 36. Needing another 84 runs, 104 runs rather, of 92 balls. Soft hands plays it towards the gully region. They complete 1 and they come back for 2. And score moves on to 38 with 1 ball to go in the 5th over. Another dot ball to end the over. 6 runs coming off it. Shah's gone for 6 on this over. His analysis: 2 overs, 13 runs, 1 wicket. Uttam batting 9 of 10 with 1 boundary. And Brian is batting 4 of 8. 38 for 1 at the end of 5. It's a happy camp for the team 11. Needing another 102 more runs of the remaining 90 balls at 6.8 runs an over. Subhan coming back into the attack after being taken for 15 runs in the first over. He bowled by Haris. This time he's bowling to Brian, a totally different type of customer to deal with. Onto the pads, going down leg side, never going to get that. The ball's turning. The only best thing is that it is keeping Brian at the striker's end. He plays it towards the man at mid-off and they complete a single. Brings Uttam on to strike. It's on the pad, but probably the impact was outside off stump. Oh, another dot ball. So 4 balls. He's just given away a single. This time plays it over the man at mid-off. The ball racing away towards the boundary. The fielder unable to cut it off. So Uttam taking the mantle of playing it over the top. It was slightly slow and had the time in the world. Goes back, have a look at that, opens himself up, and with the field inside the circle, he knew all he had to do was get it over the 30-yard circle, and the ball just races towards the turf for a boundary. 43 for 1. Last ball of the over coming up. Plays it with soft hands towards the man at backward of square leg. Gets a single for that. 44 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Power play done. Man out, Haris Khan out for 20 of 12 with 2 boundaries and 1 maximum. And since then, it's Uttam who's made the bulk of the scoring. He's on 14 of 13. Brian is batting 5 of 11. And Shubhan has gone for 21 of the 2 overs that he's bowled. In the air towards the vacant long on region, wide long on rather, 4 runs to the total. Salahuddin comes into the attack and is carted for a boundary on the first ball by Uttam. Have a look at that. Picks it from outside the off stump through the cow corner area for 4. So score moves on to 48. Plays it towards short mid wicket. They complete a single. Score moves on to 49. Uttam batting on 19 of 15 balls. Brian plays it down the ground. The fielder unable to cut it off. The first boundary for Brian. Easy pickings for him, and he gets his first boundary of the innings. And the 50 coming up, 53 for 1 in 6.3. And the bowler under pressure, already 9 runs of the first 3 balls. Brian this time plays it in or off of the bat. Misfield there by the man at square leg. The man at deep mid wicket, Sajjad, coming round, doing the cleanup, gives away a single. Score moves on to 54. And Brian moves into double figures with that single. He moves to 10 of 13. Uttam playing it towards short mid wicket, gets off for a single. .55 for the loss of 1 wicket. Uttam batting 20 of 16 with 3 boundaries. Brian plays it in the air, but short of the man at long on. Shad, the fielder there, concedes a single. End of the over, 7 completed, 56 for the loss of 1. Mohit comes round the wicket. He's bowling to Brian. He's now batting 11 of 14. Left arm starts off with a wide. Umpire has to stretch his arms. Brian picks it from outside the off stump, too short mid wicket, wanting a single. Uttam declines it. Was a risky run. Score remains on 57. Swivels this across towards the fine leg area. There's no fielder there. Boundary for Brian. His second boundary. His score moves on to 61. Have a look at that. Outside the leg stump. All he needed was to get a bat on that and help its way towards the long leg area for 4. No protection there. So 4 runs to the total. Score moves on to 61. Mohit bowling to Brian. This time trying to play across the line, gets the toe end of the bat and surprises the bowler, and the ball reaches the long off area. A pull tried towards mid wicket and the ball lands in the long off area. Score moves on to 62. It's Uttam on strike. Will be another wide, so score moves on to 63. Trying to keep the batsman quiet out here. Ends up bowling a couple of wides in the over so far. He's given away 7 runs of the 3 legal ball that he's bowled. Slightly slower. Uttam was early on the shot, gets the inner half of the bat, and they complete a single. Score moves on to 64 with that. Down the leg side will be called a wide again. Shot down the leg side, played it in the air into the vacant final long leg area again. The ball just stopping inside the boundary ropes, and the batsman come back for 2 easy runs. Score moves on to 67 with the ball to go in the 8th. Called a no ball. That will be a re-ball. Already 9 balls bowled in this over, and we still have 1 more delivery to go. 12 for runs given already, and a free hit comes down the wicket, plays it towards the man at long on. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. 13 runs coming off it. 69 for 1 at the end of 8. Salahuddin continues, given 12 runs of his first over, has a dot ball in the first ball. Brian, the fielder there, Brian, the batsman rather. A dot ball. He's now batting 19 of 21. Plays it back towards the bowler. Dot ball again. Plays it over the bowler's head. A ball going towards the long off boundary. The couple of fielders there. They field and the batsmen come back comfortably for a double. Score moves on to 71. Full toss this time, over back past the bowler. Fielder comes around, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 72. With 2 more balls left in the 9th over. Current run rate of 8.31. Required run rate is run a ball. They need 68 of 68 balls. Uttam drives this towards the man at long off. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 73. They misfield and they allow that extra run. Score moves on to 74. With Uttam retaining strike there. End of the over, 9 overs completed, 75 for the loss of 1 wicket. Brian batting 22 of 24, Uttam batting 24 of 19. Mohit bowling to Brian. Full toss. Plays it towards the mid-wicket region. The fielder doing well. Keeps it inside the boundary. Sajjad, the man, keeps it down to a single. Sorry, that was Uttam who was on strike. Brian confirming if that was a no ball. The umpire says that wasn't a no ball. So play continues. Plays it towards short mid-wicket. Chance of a run out. Uttam sending Brian back. And wisely so. It was straight to the fielder. There was no chance of a run there. Another wide. And score moves on to 77. Will be another wide. So score moves on to 78. Plays it in the air. We'll have to see if a fielder comes under it. Sajjad running round to his left and keeps it down to 2 more runs. The score moves on to 80 in 9.4. Another wide and more runs to the total. By the time the fielder comes around, 3 more wides to the total. Score moves on to 83. Will be another wide, so 1 more run to the total. 84 for 1. Eye on the bat. Wait for the umpire's signal. It's not been called a no ball, so that will be 1 more run. 1 more ball counted. 84 for 1. Last ball of the 10th over. Drives us towards the extra cover region. They complete a single. 10 overs completed. 85 for the loss of 1 wicket. Mohit 2 overs, 23 runs. Uttam batting 25 of 21. Brian batting 25 of 28. Needing another 55 of the remaining 60 balls. As the player takes a drinks break. Brian plays one down to long on. He gets a single for that. Score moves on to 86. A super boundary by Uttam. Slightly short, and he plays it towards the mid-wicket region for 4. Short, swivels across, plays it, towards backward square rather, and gets 4. Score moves on to 90 with that boundary. Partnership worth 70 already, and both these batsmen nearly contributing equally to their target, as this time is down leg side, beaten on the pads but probably going down leg side, so he'll not be given out. Salahuddin going for 23 of the 2.3 he's bowled so far, given away 5 runs this over so far. A boundary of the second ball, comes back and bowls dot ball. Needs to exert that pressure. Time a full toss through the cover region. There's a fielder there, but he doesn't get down in time and gives away a boundary. Score moves on to 94. Takes Uttam into the 30s. He's now batting on 33 of 24. Have a look at full toss, reaches out and beats the man at short covers. The man at extra covers going to his right, but he should have put his hand down. He tried to put his foot. This time beaten. .94 for 1. Last ball of the 11th over. Called a wide. Could be a harsh call. Uttam is already moving across, so the tram line should have moved along with him. The umpire still thinks that it was beyond his reach, so that's called a wide. 95. 10 runs of this over, and he's bowled him. The extra ball, this time working in favor of the bowler. Uttam yorks himself, and he's out for 33 of 26 balls. Have a look at the replay. Yorks himself. He was standing outside the crease and yorks himself. And a bit of handshake between both the guys. Have a look at that. He was outside his crease, walking, and the ball sneaks through the bat and pad. Uttam bowled for 33 of 26. 5 boundaries to his credit. Bowled by Salahuddin. 11 overs completed. New man coming into the center. Will be at the non-striker's end, as Salahuddin had got Uttam out on the last ball of the over. Faisal Yusuf, the new man, coming in at number 4 at the fall of Uttam's wicket. Start to continue. Brian trying to play a drive, misses that one completely into the keeper's gloves. Tala doing the keeping for his side. Brian plays this towards the extra cover boundary, beats the man at short covers, the man at long off. 2 couldn't cut this off, so 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 99. And Brian Moore moves on to 30 of 31 with 3 boundaries in the slot, puts his foot out and drives through the cover region for 4. The ball racing away towards the boundary. Asking for a caught behind, but the umpire not interested. Another dot ball. Score remains on 99. 41 runs more needed of the remaining 51 balls. And this time beaten neck and crock, so 2 consecutive wickets in the consecutive overs for Munich Re gives them a bit of a hope. Brian out for 30 of 34 balls. He's bowled with 3 boundaries to his credit. And Shad gets his second wicket. He gets both the openers now. Have a look at that. Slightly slow. Brian plays all over that one and realizes that he made a mess of it. To see his timber being shattered. Brian Pinto out 30 of 33 balls, bowled by Shah, 3 boundaries to his credit. Bussy, the new man, coming in at number 5. Taking strike. Starts off with a wide against Bussy. So the 100 coming up. 100 coming in 11.4 overs for the fall of 3 wickets. Both these batsmen fairly new to the crease. Bussy yet to face a ball. So does this partner as he decides to leave this one. Plays it softly towards the man at short covers. By the time Shah feels of his own bowling, there's another single being taken. Score moves on to 101. End of over number 12. 39 more runs needed in the remaining 8 overs. Salahuddin back into the attack. Goes on to the back foot. The man at Gully doing the fielder, keeping it down to a single. Commitment for you, knowing that you are probably going to not win this game. You got to make sure you try to save every run you can, because that could be handy at the end of the tournament when you come in. Net run rate comes into play. मंगा ले क्या मंगाना उसको पूछ हाँ ठीक है उसको बोल 10 मिनट दे मैं कॉल करता हूँ 100 and क्या कर रहा है यार सिंगल लिया उसको बाउंड्री मार्क कर रहा है भाई सिंगल लिया आप 4 मार्क कर रहे हो उसको $104 for 3. Plays it off the back foot towards the man at mid wicket. There's a fielder there. At the time he comes in, they score 2 more runs. ये 2 रन से पहले एक वाइड भी था हमाद क्या हो रहा है भाई उधर This time towards the mid-wicket area, through the to the fence. भाई ध्यान किधर है सेकंड बॉल पे सिंगल है वाइड है उसके बाद और बाउंड्री है क्या चल रहा है उधर One run towards square leg, gets a single. $110 for 3. This time plays it towards the man at gully. Point rather. A direct throw, the batsman steal a single. Score moves on to 111 with the ball to go in the 13th over. हाँ और हो गया अभी ये ओवर मुझे बाद में रिकॉर्डिंग दिखाना है इसकी 13वें ओवर की, ठीक है? Shubhan coming to bowl the 14th over of the innings. He's gone for 21 of the 2 overs he's bowled. Was taken apart in the first over he bowled when Harris took him for 15 runs. Came back and bowled a 6-run over. He's yet to get a wicket here. Captain will be hoping he gets one for him. Faisal takes a single. Brings Bassi to strike. In the air towards the man at short cover. A misfield there. Gets one more run to the score. Score moves on to 114. Sweeps this one in the air towards the long leg area. The fielder, Sajjad, who had taken a brilliant catch earlier in the innings, this time drops this one. Two more runs to the total. Score moves on to 116. Another single being pinched out there. Score moves on to 117. 23 runs more required of the remaining 38 balls. This time cuts this one towards the cover boundary. There's a fielder there and another single being taken there. Score moves on to 118 for 3. This time plays it towards the long on area. The fielder coming around to his right. Mohit, the fielder there. So does Saad. Mohit throws it back to the bowler. End of the over, 119 for 3. Shubhan going for 28 in the 3 overs that he's bowled. 21 runs more required of the remaining 6 overs at 3.5. Over number 15 to start. 21 runs more required of the remaining 6 overs. Sajjad coming to bowl. Faisal drives this towards short covers and they complete a quick single there. Score moves on to 120. Sajjad, if he called a wide, he'll have to re-bowl that one. Munich quite guilty of bowling a lot of wides in this innings. Already given away 19 extras, 17 in the form of wides, a no ball and a bye. So that's an area of concern that they will be addressing along with the batting issues that they had today. Sajjad bowls one outswinger which is quite close to the bat. Faisal playing all around it. On 7 of 8. Basi is on 11 of 8. Faisal plays it towards point. The fielder there misfields and the ball will touch the boundary ropes for 4 more. So he moves into double figures now. He's now 11 of 9. Have a look at that. The man at point came around, have a outside half of the bat, straight to the man at point. He wanted to field it, but the ball just eluding him at the last minute and then touching the point boundary for 4. Score moves on to 124, 16 more runs of the remaining 5.3 overs. Down the leg side will be rebowled. 1 more extra to the total. Score moves on to 125. On the pads, asking for a request for an LBW, and the umpire upholds his finger. This one was quite nippy, and Faisal was caught on the crease. He played down the wrong line, and in the end, seizes the finger, showing the way to the pavilion. Out for 11 of 10. LBW Sajjad with 1 boundary to his credit. Sajjad now putting some steam up. He's got a wicket of the previous ball. Steaming in and bowling another outswinger. Batsman beaten all ends up. Johnson Lobo, the new man, coming in at number 6. Playing away from the body, no contact whatsoever, no feet movement. End of the over. 125 for 4. Needing another 15 of the remaining 5 overs. Shot to continue. Bassi, the batsman. Full toss, a free gift, and he accepts it with a boundary towards the square leg area. Shah trying to go full out here, bowls a full toss, and Bassi uses his entire power. One bounce over the square leg boundary for 4. Now needing another 11 more runs of the remaining 29. Off the back foot, plays it towards the man at short cover. There's a misfield there. The man at long off already was on the move. Makes sure he cuts the boundary off, keeps it down to a single, brings Johnson onto strike, who's on yet to get off the mark for the 2 balls he's faced. 10 more runs required now. 130 for 4. No feet moment. Another dot ball. They can string a few dot balls, put the pressure back. Probably in the bargain, if they get a wicket or 2, that'll help their cause. Drives this towards the man at short covers. A misfield there again. There's another misfield. They complete 1. And they come back for the second. So 2 more runs added to the total. And Johnson off the mark with that double. 8 more runs required. This time plays it towards the deep point area. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 133. Last ball of the over coming up. Plays it towards the man at mid-on, and Mohit drops that chance, and the ball racing away towards the long on boundary. The batsmen come back for 2 more runs. And another misfield. The overthrows. Gives them another 2 more runs. So what should have been a catch ends up in 4 more runs to the total. Just one hit away now from victory. They need another 3 more runs. Okay, check कर रहे हैं. कीपर एंड पे सब सही है. 4 रन मिलेंगे. Runs required of the remaining 4 overs. Sajjad is coming to bowl. Another dot ball. .1 completed. Sajjad 15 for 1 in the 3.1 overs, his last over for the day, as he beats Johnson comprehensively out there. Johnson all at sea against this medium pacer, not ready to commit on the front foot, just playing through the line, no feet movement whatsoever. Wouldn't be a bad idea if Sajjad keeps this one in line of the stump. So far, both the balls of 4 balls that he's bowled to Johnson, he's bowled them all outside the off stump. And the good thing, but when you know that you have a batsman of his nature, you can go full right up to the stumps. This time down the leg side will be a wide, and Bussy making sure he makes Johnson run that extra run. So 2 more runs and the scores are tied. And 1 more run. Bussy sensing that Johnson is all at sea, so he wants to get around and finish this off as early as possible. Johnson batting 3 of 7 and Bussy batting 20 of 11 with just 1 run more to get and win this encounter. Just trying to play the big one, misses that one into the keeper's gloves. Down leg side will be called a wide, and that should be it. They win by 6 wickets and 21 balls to spare. 2 valuable points for Team 11 in this champions face-off. We'll have a look at the scorecard. The handshakes all around for both the teams, all being played in good spirits. So do the umpires, who are walking hand in hand, which is always a good side. Even they need that little bit of emotion for themselves, apart from the players. As the team line up for the customary handshake here at the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12 at the Al Malik grounds. Tala, the wicketkeeper and captain, leading the side. Uttam coming forward to meet all the players. As we have a look at the scorecard of Team 11, chasing 140. They started off with Haris Khan and Brian. Haris got the first 20 runs before he was out. Caught by Sajjad off the bowling of Shad for 20 of 12 with 2 boundaries and a maximum. Brian bowled by Shad for 30 of 33 balls. Uttam played a handful innings. He was bowled by Salahuddin for 33 of 26. Faisal Yusuf, LBW Sajjad for 11 of 10 balls. Basi then coming and giving the finishing touches for 20 of 12. And Johnson giving him company for 3 of 7. 23 extras and winning by 6 wickets and 3.3 overs to spare. As we have a look at the bowling card and the fall of wickets. Start off with the fall of wickets. 20 for the first wicket, 95. That was a 75-run partnership between Uttam and Brian, which laid the foundation. 99 is when the third wicket fell, and the fourth wicket fell at 125. We have a look at the bowling card. Shubhan Ahmed, 3 overs, 20 runs, no wicket. 28 runs, no wicket. Sajjad, 3.3 overs, 18 runs, 1 wicket. The pick of the bowlers. Shad Chara, 4 overs, 31 runs, 2 wickets. Salahuddin, 4 overs, 39 runs, 1 wicket. And Mohit going for plenty in his 2 overs, 23 runs. So that concludes game number 4 of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12 here at the Al Malik grounds, where the champions face off. 2 games have been completed, and Salama and Team 11 winning their games. Their opening games. We'll go in for the presentations. Stay tuned. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the last game of the day between Team 11 and Munich Re. A comprehensive victory for Team 11. Our man of the match is Uttam for his 3 and 33 runs. Uttam, well done. I guess you fancy bowling against Munich. In the league phase, you got a hat-trick against them and another 3 today.
Yeah, I'm enjoying them. It's a good side actually to bowl against, and ground was really good here. Atmosphere is really good, so I was really going with my strength. Little flight in the air and a little slow in the ball. People are, it's kind of attempted, bowling, and people are going to go for it for sixes. So that's where my trap is, and ground is really big. So usually the batsman gets trapped on inside the ground.
Apart from your batting also has been coming good. You're amongst runs, scoring for the side. You must be having a good feeling around, playing with this team.
Yeah, team atmosphere is really good, and they are quite supportive. We have a couple of partnership even in the league grounds as well. Batsmen are really good, rotating strike, and they're taking away a lot of pressure from me. So I enjoy there, go there, knock the balls, and go, take it easy as it comes. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you and congratulations. We'll see more performances you in the end of the towards the business end of the tournament.
Thank you.
And we'll quickly talk to the Munich Re captain Tala. Tala, 139. Had it been another 20-25 runs more, this chase could have been more interesting.
I think definitely that's what we felt at the end. I think 25-30 runs short, as you said. I think we were going good. The start was good. The first half went well according to the plan. But then at the end of first half, I think that's where some 2-3 wickets fell in quick succession, a run out, and then we just couldn't recover from there.
Apart from the bowling, 23 extras given away, catches not being taken. That's an area of concern that you probably will be talking to the boys after this game.
Definitely, I felt there were a lot of misfields and catch drop as well, as you said. So I think that's something we need to work on. We're going to have it. We have some time until the next week, our next game. So we're definitely going to go hit the nets and make sure we're going to work on that and come back better.
Anyway, thank you for that. Well played today and hope to see better performances from you. Thank you. As we speak to Anurag, the winning captain for today. Anurag, personally, off-colour day for you, but probably proud of the boys that they crossed the line with ease.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance actually. As I said before the game, we wanted to restrict them down to 150, 160, and I think we did a fantastic job with our bowling and fielding, restricting them down to 140. And I feel that that's where we mentally won the game, but we still had to do the job with the bat. And Uttam, with his all-round performance, I think he gave us the edge to win this game.
Any areas of concern that you'll be addressing going into the next game?
I think our fielding can improve a little bit more. Batting, of course, not everyone got the chance to bat today, but of course, I think fielding is an area where I think we can still improve.
Anyway, thank you and congratulations for today. Anything to say?
No, that's it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. And that concludes our presentation. It's good night from us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when ANIV Bulls come back to play their game. Stay tuned. Thank you and good night.